Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah alhamdulillah. In earlier sessions, I've talked about how important converts are to Allah and to His Deen. The mission of going out into the world and finding converts. That mission was the mission of Rasulullah's life. And it began with the very first word that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed. Throughout Islam's history, converts are how Islam spread to the world. Okay? But it was also through converts and converted people that Islam was revitalized intellectually, spiritually, etc. So when I say that the Muslims here in the West, here in the United States in particular, have committed a massive crime, there's no measure. Okay? The measure is known by the converts who suffered through it, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and everyone else will only find out Yawm al-Qiyamah, which of course then it's too late. The thing that I want to talk about here is the effect that the community has on the children of converts, okay? And this is just an introduction. This itself, it's a huge subject. It's a huge area where services are badly needed in the community, okay? I want to try to explain, in one of the earlier sessions, I went through the various ways that a convert suffers destruction from a community that is absolutely useless to us, okay? But, just trying to give myself as an example because I know my life, okay? And in previous sessions, I've talked about my upbringing. Alhamdulillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gifted me. When I've got friends today, classmates, okay, working for NASA, a friend and a classmate who is a dean at Harvard, friends and classmates who are, in decent positions in politics. With my upbringing and my background and, everything I had right before I became a Muslim, my life would be in that 99th percentile, okay? I'm not boasting. I'm just stating facts so that people can understand what destruction means, okay? It's real, it's tangible. It's not just a word, okay? And now, honestly, my life is a negative 200. So on a scale of 1 to 100, where the normal human life is a 50, my life before becoming a Muslim was at 99, and now I'm at negative 200. That's destruction. And that's what your Muslim community has done, okay? That's when the masajid are useless. And they stay useless because they don't have the right programs. They don't produce useful Muslims. Muslims are useless. 30 years, 40 years, 50 years after a masjid has been built, one generation of useless Muslims, the next generation of useless Muslims, and it never ends because you don't have the right idea. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't have the right programs. You're not transforming useless Muslims into useful Muslims. Okay? But now, just like any sector of society, once you have started the negative effects, okay, on one generation, it definitely trickles down to the next generation. Okay, it's just simple reality. You know, a parent who in a normal circumstance would be providing things that their children need, things that their children build their lives on. But when you destroy the life of the parent, what are you doing to the children? Same thing. And this has been going on, okay? There are converts all over the community, but are shut out on the fringe, okay? Because mashallah, the good Muslims in their masjid, okay, never did any community work. Don't know what the hell's going on 3 miles away from the masjid, okay? But this is the thing that really, really gets me furious, is seeing what the garbage, useless community has done to the children of converts, okay? And it sets in, and I've seen it, and I call it ghettoization, okay? When you knock down the life of the convert, knock it down, knock it down, knock it down, knock it down, 20 rungs down the ladder, okay, of course then, the same thing's going to be done to our kids, all right? And dear convert brothers and sisters out there, when you're raising kids, you have to fight for them also, okay? You have to look realistically at what the community is doing to your life and then how it's going to affect your children the rest of their lives. And it's serious. Okay, it's a crime. It's a crime in Islam. It's a crime against Allah's deen. It's a crime against Muslims. Okay? You have to be honest. And you have to speak out. And you have to join those of us who are speaking out and have been speaking out. Okay? And the thing is that the Muslims, you won't have any way to pay for this Yom al-Qiyamah. The pain and destruction. You have to own up to this now. Yom al-Qiyamah, believe me, you will be bankrupted. As Rasulullah described, that when people commit a crime against other people, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes away from your rewards because that's all you have to pay with. And your rewards are taken away and given to your victim. And that still doesn't pay it. And so then whatever sins your victim has, they're taken and piled on you until you're completely bankrupted and you're carrying the sins of your victims, and then Rasulullah said, there's nothing left for you, then you're taken and thrown in Jahannam. That's what's coming. If you don't take responsibility now, okay, this is extremely serious. Because so many of the children of converts, just the same way that converts find the masajid useless and the community useless, the children of converts also feel the same way. And that could be either early on, because I've known converts who entered Islam with children, and of course, the community doesn't have anything for the convert or their children. When there is very special care needed, people like that, you can't be left to the typical Muslim idiot, which means 99.99% of the Muslims. Idiots. Okay, it's a very delicate, sensitive situation. But then there are those of us who raised our children in Islam, raised our children teaching Islam to our children, raised our children in the community. My children grew up with Deen. My children grew up in the Muslim schools. My children worked in the masajid and in the schools. And today they have no use for your goddamn community. That's the reality, guys. You need to look in the mirror and look at this seriously, okay? You can't sit there pretending you've got Islam going. You're going to have serious problems, Yom Qiyamah. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.